and Greg Biffle. Biffle has now slipped to 4th. What's happened to Biffle, Steve?
Well, right now he's overheating. He's talking to crew chief Greg Irwin. Biffle said the car had gotten, the water temperature, Mike, had gotten as high as 280 degrees. He thinks he has something on the front end, the nose of that race car. That's why he dropped back. He tried to get behind a couple of other cars, but he is he's struggling right now. It's hot.
So there's no question, this 16 car of Biffle, Greg Irwin, they would love to see a caution.
I think I see a little white piece of something stuck up in the cavity there of between the splitter and the bumper where the radiator air inlet is. That could be what's causing Biffle his problems. You see it right in there.
Yep. Greg, I can't visually see anything, even with the TV help. It's up under the very bottom.
Yeah, that opening is right under that front bumper area, and it definitely looks like there's a little something there. They run as much tape as they can because that really helps the aerodynamics, the front grip of the tires, and you get a little bit of paper on there, you start running too hot.
Debris in turn 2 brings out the 4th caution of this race.
Well, when you take a look right here, 23rd, 24th, and 25th, you got Earnhardt, Busch, and Johnson. They were all saved by this caution flag.
Some of the big names watching. By the way, if you want to text on who you think should win the AT&T Fastest Pit Crew of the Year award, you can do that and measure it against Jeff's vote, the AT&T Fastest Pit Crew of the Year delivered by AT&T. Text it to 2258. The nation's fastest 3G network, and Denny Hamlin gets the free pass.
Gets a free pass. I mean, this is a big caution flag for about 4 drivers.
Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin's car was not handling at all. He's lost the left side of that lower valence, and nowhere there to put tape or put any bare bond to. So Hamlin had slipped 1 lap down. Getting the free pass will be a big break there.
And we were within 10 laps of what would be green flag stops when that caution came out, Darrell.
Yeah, these guys got a lot of work to do on some of these race cars. They got to line up the front ends and the back ends and everything else.
So the pits will be open this time. And they're going to come first to Dick Bergeron. And Dick, we were following up on the Gibbs cars. You were saying during that last caution that Logano thought he was having a problem?
Well, he definitely was. He had a big chunk of rubber in the grill area. They have fixed that. That should have made the car a whole lot better. But right now, I'm watching for the 00 to come into the pits as well. As you look at Logano behind the wheel, they're going to try to tighten the 00 up on this pit stop. Steve.
Dick, 4 tires this time for Clint Boyer. They took 2 last time. Air pressure adjustment as well. Krista.
Kurt Busch has been just a tick loose. The only thing they haven't tried to tighten it up wedge, so that's what they'll do this time. Matt?
Impressive run by Paul Menard and 90. They've already completed the wedge adjustment. His car was free on this pass run. Left side tires on, and he's away.
One thing I saw, that 16 crew, remember, he'd been overheating Greg Biffle. They really made sure that grill was clean on that 16 car. Looks like he's going to come off pit road in 3rd and gain a spot.
Clint Boyer leads the parade off pit road, and Jimmy Johnson will get to make some lengthy and needed repairs on his car as we're under caution for the 4th time. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is headed for pit road. Krista, what's up?
Overheating, Mike. They were up to about 265. They said if they got up to 270, they would pit. And that is exactly what they're going to do. They'll come in to take 4 tires and clean the grill. Dale Jr. just came on the radio and said, man, we were running pretty good, too. They had gotten up inside the top 20.
Yeah, Krista, that's the highest he had been running all race long. He had made it to the 16th, and you can see that plastic that was on that opening right there.
And they didn't get it all. Yeah, the first was a potato chip bag. Now they've got the rest of it as McMurray passes Boyer for 3rd.
I think Dale Jr. been following a BFI truck the way it looks.
But now, Darrell, remember this, and this is the last race at which this rule will be employed for the first time. If a caution comes out, Earnhardt could get the waiver, use the waiver round to get back on the lead lap.
Where'd this come from, Larry? Good grief.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question why that thing was running that warm.
That's more stuff on that one car, on that one grill than I've seen on every car out here tonight.
But you know, Mike, to really take advantage of that waiver round, what this group really needs is probably a caution in about the next 10 to 15 laps to still have some fairly fresh tires on the car.
Kurt Busch is in. You see the wrench going in the back window, just a minor adjustment. Kurt talking about just getting it a little bit too snug late on that run. 4 tires for the 2.
Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano in. Jimmy Johnson completes his stop. Dick.
Well, David Rudiman had been running in the second position before that round of pit stops. McMurray in the 1, Rudiman in the 00. Both are going to have an easy out. Both have race cars that are so close that they each have a chance to win this event. Minor changes on each of those two cars on pit road that you're watching right now. 4 tires for both.
That leaves only Denny Hamlin still on the racetrack. Everyone else has made a stop in this green flag sequence.
And it's still a 2-stop race because we've got 130 laps to go, and we can go about 52 to 54 laps on a tank of Sunoco race fuel.
Sam Hornish too fast entering pit road. That'll be a drive-through penalty, which Hornish is serving now.
And with the issues that Denny Hamlin, the 11 team Mike Ford have, you know, what they're banking on right now is they can catch a caution. We would still have about 26 cars on the lead lap, but they're going to have to come to pit road here pretty quick.
Yeah, a caution would do several guys a lot of good, particularly Kyle Busch, whose car is running pretty decent now if he could get back some track position.
So Matt Kenseth takes over the lead as Denny Hamlin comes down pit road.
Yeah, and Matt Kenseth only has about a 3/4 of a second lead, but what helped him, he was one of those first cars to get to pit road and get advantage of those 4 fresh tires.
Here comes Hamlin in front of Matt.
Mike, the arts and crafts project where Hamlin and his team worked. The splitter was pushed back about 3 inches. The car, though, tight this past run. Mike Ford wanted to go up 2 rounds on the track bar for Hamlin to try to free the car up. A lot of people talking about how this racetrack has changed yet again. More grip.
So everyone is big spin for Jimmy
just...
Johnson, and he hits hard.
Yep, finally. Hey, I mean, he has just been hanging on.
A lot of damage to that car.
It has been a rough 2 weeks for Jimmy Johnson at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It has been a rough season. The first 6 races this year, 3 wins. In the last 6 races, no wins, 2 DNFs, and an average finish of 19th.
It's just been it's incredible how many times this car has been wrecked this year.
And that was just totally on his own.
Oh, that's a hard hit. Man, saw it wiggle just a little bit, Larry, like it started to push. When it pushed, then the car caught and the back end came around and he smacked the heck out of that fence. See right there, and he just can't. The car is so loose and so free, he can't hang on to it. Of course, you know, Larry, there's the other thing. The leader right behind him, probably pushing as hard as he could, trying not to go a lap down.
That is a very hard hit, and if they are unable to repair that car, it would be the 4th did not finish of this young season for Jimmy Johnson.
Which is highly unusual of that 48 team.
Yeah, and I don't think they can fix that with the kind of damage it had.
In the last 2 seasons, both championship winning years for Johnson, he had only 1 DNF each of those years.
Just remember, he only has to be in the top 12 at the 26th race.
Good point.